Life seems to be the endless venue of rise and fall. Many questions cannot find proper answers. There should be a lot of truth hidden in the cycle of birth and death. Majjhimaka, or the middle way, is the way to walk our lives through, the way that life will always be in tune. Meditation for beginners. Meditation is the walk of the mind aimed to tune our inside back to its real nature and be neutral. It's the practical philosophy of Buddhism that suits every faith and belief. The right posture to practice meditation is sitting in a lotus posture. Sit flatly on the floor. Fold the right leg upon the left. Lay both hands with palms up comfortably upon the lap. The tip of the index finger of the right hand touching the tip of the left thumb. Stretch up the whole back and spine, but in the easy and comfortable manner. Tune it by taking a deep breath slowly in and out once or twice. Then softly close the eyes and be relaxed. Be ready and let's meditate together.
We have been talking about the turning point, which we have learned that the turning point is the point inside the body. Suppose we take our deep breath, and then where the breath turns to be out, this inside the stomach, we call this the turning point of the breath. The turning point is so important in meditation because it is where the life is in good balance, and the balance here we use in meditation together. For those newcomers, don't worry. Just try to breathe in, and then you would feel the comfort inside the stomach where the in-breath turns out to be the out-breath. And remind of this turning point as often as we can. The turning point here is where the real self is inside. The real self is called the mind, not the body. The mind is the biggest boss, governs the behavior of the physical body, both in terms of speech and also the actions. So the mind can shape the color of all emotions. The mind can create happiness or regrets. The mind can make you cheerful or sadness. And all in all, so we have to put importance in managing the quality of the mind. In meditation, which belongs to the world of the Oriental, especially in Buddhist culture, we have been emphasizing a lot in developing the quality of the mind through meditation. And I suppose it is time for meditation together. Just try again to remind of the turning point by means of our deep breath, even with the eyes open. So the awareness turns back inside the body at this turning point. Now let's close the eyes and we will go into meditation together. Now allow the awareness to touch the turning point. The feeling touches the turning point with all the comfort and tenderness. The mind stays at the center of the body. Be comfortable with the center of the body. This is a moment where relaxation is taking over the entire body. Let the stream of relaxation flood the entire body, from head down to the body, to the arms and to the legs, down to the heels. No single part of the body is without comfort and relaxation. Let's stay in this peaceful moment for a little while. Let's remind the existence of the center. That turning point is always the point of meditation. The mind focuses slowly and softly at this turning point, or the center of the body. Maintain tranquility right at the center of the body, and maintain peacefulness without any thinking, without any fantasy at all. Just be plain and clean in this process of centralization at the center of the body. be friendly in this process of touching the center. We shall not try too hard, because once we force the mind, tranquility will just disappear. That's why we should be soft and friendly in the process. Get acquainted to the center as often as we can with the quality of tranquility. As we have learned that the mind is the boss of our life, so the mind is supposed to be improved in quality. In the Oriental world, especially in Buddhism, we insist that the shape of the mind is in the form of a sphere. A sphere is represented in many Oriental languages. When they speak of the mind, they also add the quality of a sphere in the wording. So we all so acquainted to the shape of the mind in everyday life, that the mind is round all over in 3 dimensions. This is exactly a sphere form. To get in touch with the shape of the mind, just visualize a crystal ball. We don't have to ask about the size in diameter. It could be big, it could be small. So we choose one that is easiest and most comfortable to visualize. The crystal ball is now at the center of the body, emerging quietly, peacefully at the turning point. Observe the appearance of the crystal ball, which symbolize the size and the shape of the mind. And the tiny little star is the point of the existence of the real self inside. That is why the bright dot of the shining star is right in the center of the crystal ball. Think of the crystal ball with the bright dot of the star in the center. Once we stay with the bright dot of the star, we stay with our real self. Will be independent from any interactions, interferences, and every illusions. To be at the real self of ours will protect us from any illusions. We'll be free from everything. And finally, will be pure with our own mind. Stay with the bright dot, surrounded by the sphere form of the crystal ball, the size at our own will. It is now time to share the peace and happiness from the meditation. The practical way to expand the peace outside is just to expand the size of the crystal ball. Let's imagine the crystal ball is like a bubble that emerges one after another. The first bubble appears, expands, and gone. And we pause the process for a few seconds. The second bubble comes in, expands again, expanding and gone again. The next bubble comes in at the center, at the turning point, at the point of the real self, expands again and gone. This is to expand the peace and happiness in the boundless sphere of the crystal ball. And then the next bubble comes in, expands, spreads happiness without boundary, limitless of the sphere. Again and again, the process of sharing takes place by means of the emergence of the bubbles again and again. Let the whole world, regardless of race, belief, nationalities, and so on, let all mankind of all peoples be at peace with the power of the expansion of our happiness. And we rest at peace at the center of the body. Then slowly open up with even more peace and more happiness. Later on, we'll get to learn even more about the shape of the mind in more detail, and wish you a good meditation back at home as well.